Sounds like somebody's mowing the lawn, perhaps keeping the graveyard here all nice and in good condition. Well, this is Stopham Church, St Mary the Virgin. It's a beautiful church. I've done a video here before, and so I'm not actually lingering because I'm going to do a walk in the area. I guess this is the west side, and this would have been a door here. You can see that it's filled in on the tower end. So I'm going to do a walk today, looking forward to it. So one of my viewers said that in my videos I'm often dressed as if I've come out of an Enid Blyton novel. I feel like that actually with the weather that we've been having. It's nice to get out, and I wish I'd brought lashings of ginger beer. So we're going to go from the west end of the church here and take a little stroll, about a 2-mile stroll, around the Stopham area of West Sussex, just up from the river Ada, I think it is, or is it the other one, and the Arun from Stopham Bridge. We're just up there, so we're going to go in a little loop. And before we set off on our walk, let us first of all acknowledge this rather magnificent and all-encompassing yew tree, which is absolutely huge and puts us in the shade when you get round there. But what a beautiful tree it is. Absolutely love it. I don't know how old it is, but I reckon, looking at the girth of that, it must be nearly 1,000 years. Definitely. Right, let's crack on with this walk. Back through this charming little gate, leave the church there, St Mary the Virgin, and go past this rather lovely looking, well, some form of maple, I reckon that must be, and the tower there, and we'll head off. And as I said before, I'll link to the very lovely video I did here in the past. You can see that there's plenty of parking. I've put my van in here well off the road, so it's quite handy. So if you want to come and have a look at the church, then it's easy to find a nice little bit on the side road here. Right, I'm going to looking for a junction. I didn't realise just how high up this was. So I'm walking now parallel to the top road, which I suppose is the one that goes from Stopham area towards Fittleworth and Petworth. And then down to my right is this vale, which sort of just dips away, or valley I suppose is perhaps a better way of putting it. Yeah, it's very beautiful, very green. I've not done this walk at all before, so very much looking forward to it. You never quite know when you set out quite how things are going to turn out, whether it's going to be a dud walk or a good walk. So far, it looks very lovely. Actually, just going to pause here and just go up the bank here. Shouldn't really do this, and I'm not going to venture in, but this woodland here to my right is full of these beautiful coppice trees. They look like chestnuts. I think they are. I think they're chestnuts. Beautiful tall trees, about 40 or 50 feet tall. Absolutely gorgeous to look at. Just get down that bank again. All along here. This is lovely. It's part of the Stopham Estate here, and I guess I'm not quite sure, 15, 20, 30 years, they probably come in and do a bit of coppicing. Absolutely great to see that tradition still going on. Coming up to a turning here, there's the sign we're going to go down that way, I think, pretty certain, and start our loop around. But it's interesting, isn't it? This is a coppiced wood. It's on the Stopham Estate. Stopham House and the Stopham Estate have been here, I don't know, since, well, probably Norman times, I think. So this is very ancient, hard-worked land, and it's great to see it still being operated. Going up this little channel now, lovely little narrow channel, beautiful. I seem to have got this walk pretty much to myself. I've seen a couple of people right at the beginning with dogs and one runner, and that's it. So far very good, loving it. Lots of beautiful farms in the area, and by the looks of things they're still working farms, and that's so nice to see. I really hate it seeing that many of the farms in Britain have been sold off to, I don't know, city dwellers who have a holiday home, or they've come to retire and they no longer work the land. So they have the beautiful old Sussex timber framed or old brick tile hung rural farm with a garden which they might potter about in, but the land is no longer theirs and it's no longer worked and potentially sold to developers. Let's hope that doesn't happen here, but it is tragic. I've said it in another video and I'm going to say it again because I think it's so important. I think it's wrong, morally wrong, that farmers sell the land to developers for houses and things like that. I just think that's wrong because every generation is a custodian of the land, and once you've sold it off to a developer and it's been built into houses, it's no longer then able to be handed on. You've got people living in them, I appreciate that, and they probably appreciate the fact that they can live in a rural setting, but we just don't know what the future is going to hold for us and how much we may depend, or would have depended, on that farming land, prime farming land that's being sold. I think it's abhorrent that happens, and I think it's morally wrong, and I think it should be illegal that farmers can sell their land to developers. If it's farmland, that's what it's been like for generations, since the Neolithic times. I don't think that we've got the right to do it, to build on it. Wow. Well, this clearly is an old holloway. The banks are high, the track is dipped, field systems either side, beautiful old oak trees, some of them incredibly old and big, great big girths and what have you. And it's a question, is it an ancient route, or is it the delineation between two pieces of property? Stopham Estate may stop here and another ownership in the long distance past carried on that way to the west. I don't know, but there's the two possibilities, because that's what they would have done. One estate would have dug a great big ditch to say this is the end of our property, but it could be that it is just an ancient track because it's part of this long system. So we'll carry on and see where we go. Looks like the path goes on a little bit up that way, but this is where I come back, and there's a sign there saying Stopham Estate, keep the dogs under control, so we're coming back into it. So maybe the theory of the end, as I mentioned, of their property is there. Let's go through, across this field. Oh, it's nice now to get out into the open. It's interesting actually, thinking about, we've mentioned that the Stophams probably go back to the Norman times. I think they do. There's a castle, or was, the Mott and Bailey Castle at Pulborough, which is just to my left here, to my east I suppose, in the lee of the South Downs. That did, I don't know how long it lasted, probably only timber framed, of course, to guard the river mainly. So this path now takes me down to a road and then back to the church and obviously to my van. Going through some sort of crop here, I'm not sure what it is. We've got the South Downs in front of me. To my left, south, east, I suppose, is that castle, which would have, as I said, protected the river and probably is responsible for Pulborough, the village. And of course it's situated fairly close to Stane Street, the old Roman road which went from Chichester to London, or Londonium I suppose. But beautiful day. I'm getting a bit warm in my Enid Blyton outfit, so I'm going to head on. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a joy to get out into the countryside once again, and I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to become a patron, support what I do. It helps put diesel in the van, and give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. We've at the time of recording, we've just reached 20,000 subscribers, so very big thank you to all of you who have subscribed. It's been brilliant, and let's hope that we can continue and go further afield, etc., etc. So from me, Richard Vobes, thanks for watching. Bye bye.